blah 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 blah.
Welcome to Anton Chekov's The Cherry Orchard, Episode 3. It is actually Act 2, the entirety of Act 2. Thank you, those of you who joined us for Episode 1 and Episode 2. If you want to catch up on the YouTube, you can. But there's no need. You will get everything you need tonight in Anton Chekov's The Cherry Orchard. My name is Charlotta. I am your mistress of ceremonies, and also I play a small part in the play. A few things that are going to make your viewing more pleasurable. You want to mute yourself. Yes. In the bottom right left-hand corner of your Zoom screen, you see the little microphone. You want to click. So no one can hear you if you want to talk to your person in your house or have your dog barking. Also, in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little square that says View. You want to make sure that you have Speaker clicked, checked off. You want to be watching Anton Chekov's The Cherry Orchard, Act 2, Episode 3 in Speaker View. The presentation will be approximately 40 minutes long, and then we will be able to talk to the actresses. You can say anything you want to them and ask questions of me or them. You know what I mean? You can leave your video on. It's right next to where you would mute yourself, or you can leave your video off. Anything else that we need to know? I don't think so. So thank you so much for joining us. And now, without further ado, Anton Chekov's The Cherry Orchard, Act 2. I haven't the real passport. I don't know who. Shush. I don't know how old I am. I think I'm young. When I was a little girl, my mama and my papa, they used to do shows and travel. And I used to do the salte mortale and various little things. And when Mama and Papa died, a German lady took me in, and she began to teach me. I liked it. I grew up and became a governess. But where I came from and who I am, I don't know. Who my parents were, maybe they weren't even married, I don't know. Maybe I would feel better if I could talk to someone, but I have no one to talk to. No one at all.
That is not a mandolin.
To an inflamed man, this is a mandolin. Said someday you'll find all true love was blind. You may realize when your heart's on fire, smoke gets in your eyes.
Oh, when your heart's on fire, you must realize that smoke It must have been nice to have lived in Europe. Yes, certainly. I cannot differ from you there.
Oh, that is perfectly natural. Abroad, everything is in full complexity.
Yes, that goes without saying.
I'm an educated man. I read various remarkable books, but I cannot understand the direction I myself want to go, whether to live or to shoot myself, as it were. So just in case, I always carry this revolver with me. Here it is.
Oh, that's my cue. I am off. Oh, EPIKHODOV, you are a very clever man, and I wager you are a very dangerous one. All of the women must be falling in love with you. And I am alone. Always alone. No one to talk to. No one at all. Shh.
I should explain by the way, for the sake of expressivity, that fate has been rigorous to me. I am, strictly speaking, tempest-tossed, always have been. Now you may say to me, oh, you're imagining things. But then why, when I wake up this morning, here's an example, I look down and what do I see there? A spider on my stomach. Detrimentally large. Like that. Or I go for a beer, let's say. I go to drink it. And what do I find floating around? There's something highly unappreciative. Like a cockroach. Have you read Henry Beckhold? May I desire to disturb you, AVDOTYA FEDOROVNA? I have something to say.
So say it.
Preferably alone.
All right, yeah. Only first, go get me my wrap. It's by the kitchen table. It's getting a little damp.
No, I see. I see. Go get the wrap. Of course. Now I know what to do with my gun.
Double trouble. He's an idiot, if you ask me.
I certainly hope to God he doesn't shoot himself. I get upset about every little thing these days. Ever since I started working for them, I got used to their lifestyle. Just look at my hands. Look at how white they are. Like if I was rich. I am different from like I was, and I am more delicate, more sensitive. And everything upsets me. Oh, it's awful how everything upsets me. So, if you cheat on me, Yasha, I may just allow myself to have a nervous breakdown.
Oh, you little cutie. Just remember, though, a girl has to watch her step. What I'm after is a nice girl.
I love you, Yasha. Oh, I really do love you. You are so interesting. You know so many things. You're so smart.
Yeah. But my theory is, a girl says she loves you. She's not a nice girl. Nothing like smoking out here in the fresh air. Somebody's coming. It's them. Go on back to the house. Go back the other way. Make believe you've been swimming by the river so they don't think we've been getting out here like this. I don't want him to think that.
Oh, the smoke is giving me a headache. Oh.
You must make up your mind, definitely. There's no time to waste. The question is perfectly plain. Are you willing to let the land for villas or no? Just one word. Yes or no. Just one word.
Who is smoking out here? It's horrible.
They built that railway. That's made this place very handy. Went to town and had lunch. Right in the middle. I'd like to go in now and have just one game.
You'll have time.
Just one word. Give me an answer.
Really?
Spent a lot of money yesterday. Very little today, my poor Varya. She feeds everybody on milk soup to save money. In the kitchen, the old people only get peas, and I spend recklessly. They're all over the place.
Permit me to pick them up.
Please do, Yasha. And why did I go and have lunch there? A horrid restaurant with band and tablecloths smelling of soap. Why do we drink so much, Leon? Why do we eat so much? Why do you talk so much? You talk too much at the restaurant today. And about what? 70s and symbolism, and to whom? Talking to the waiters about symbolism.
Yes.
I can't be cured, that's obvious. What's the matter? Why do you keep twisting about in front of me?
I can listen to your voice without laughing.
Either he or I.
Go away, Yasha. Just get out of it.
I'll go at once. This minute.
You know who Duriganov is? You know how much money he has? You know he's planning to buy your property. They say he's coming to the auction himself.
Who told you that?
Everybody in town knows about it.
Our Yaroslav aunt has promised to send money. But wonder how much she didn't say.
How much will she send? 100,000 rubles or two, perhaps.
I'd be glad of 10 or 15,000.
Excuse me, but you people... I have never met anyone so unbusinesslike, so impractical, so crazy as the pair of you. Somebody tells you flat out your land is about to be sold. You don't even seem to understand.
What are we to do? Tell us what?
I tell you every day what you should do. Every day I come out here and say the same thing. Both the cherry orchard and the rest of the land has to be subdivided and developed for leisure homes, and it has to be done right away. Can't you understand? The auction date is getting closer. All you have to do is make up your mind to subdivide. You'll have more money than even you can spend. Your troubles will be over.
Villas and villa residents? Excuse me. It's so vulgar.
I entirely agree with you.
You people drive me crazy. Another minute and I'll be shouting my head off. Oh, I give up! I give up! Why do I even bother? You two are worse than a couple of old ladies!
Really?
Old ladies! No!
No! Don't go away, please. Perhaps we can think of something.
What's there to think of?
Please don't go away. It's nicer when you're here. I keep on waiting for something to happen, like the house is going to collapse over our heads.
Double in the corner across the middle.
We've been too sinful.
Sins? What are you talking about?
They say that I've eaten all of my substance and sugar candies.
Oh, my sins. I've always scattered money about, just threw it away like a mad woman. And I married a man who made nothing but debts. My husband died of champagne. He drank himself terribly. And to my misfortune, I fell in love with another man and went off with him. And just at that time, it was my first punishment here in the river. My boy was drowned. And I went away, quite away, never to see this river again. I shut my eyes and I ran without thinking to France, and he ran after me, without pity, without respect. I bought a villa in Mentone because he fell ill there, and for 3 years I knew no rest, either by day or night. That sick man wore me out, and my soul dried up. And last year, when they had sold the villa to pay off my debts, I went to Paris, and there he robbed me of all I had, and he went off with another woman. I tried to poison myself. It was so silly, so shameful. And suddenly I longed to be back in Russia with my little girl in my own land. Please, please, God, forgive me my sins. Punish me no more. I get these every day from Paris. He begs my forgiveness. He implores me to return. Don't I hear music?
That is our celebrated Jewish band, remember? 4 violins, a flute, and a double bass.
Are they still around? We should have them over some evening and throw a party.
I don't hear anything. Ooh la la. Just a little bit of money makes a lady very French. I went to the theater last night, saw this musical. Very funny.
Quite sure there wasn't anything at all funny. You want me to go and see plays? You ought to go and look at yourself, what a grey life you lead, and what a lot you talk unnecessarily.
Well, yeah, there's some truth to that. It is a pretty dumb life we lead. My father was a dirt farmer, an idiot. He never understood me, never taught me anything, just got drunk and beat me up with a stick. Fact is, I'm not much better myself. Never did well in school. My writing's terrible. I'm ashamed if anybody sees it. God, I write like a pig.
You ought to get married, my friend.
Yes.
Why
Yes,
not?
I should.
Why not to our Varya? She's a nice girl.
She is.
She's quite ordinary in her ways. She works all day. And what matters most, she's in love with you. And you have liked her for a long time.
Look, I've got nothing against it. She's a wonderful girl.
I'm offered a place in a bank. 6,000 rubles a year. Did you hear?
What's the matter with you? Stay where you are.
Please, sir, put this on. It's damp.
You're a nuisance. Oh, man. Ugh.
Very well. You went away this morning without telling me.
How old you've grown, Fierce.
I beg your pardon?
She says you've grown very old.
Huh? I've been alive a long time. They were already trying to marry me off before your father was born. And when the emancipation came, I was already first valet. Only I didn't agree with the emancipation. I remained with my people. I remember everybody was happy, but no one knew why.
Oh, sure. Things were wonderful back in the good old days. They had the right to beat you if they wanted, remember?
The masters kept their distance from the peasants, and the peasants kept their distance from the masters. Now everything's all anyhow, and you can't understand anything.
Be quiet, Fears. I've got to go to town tomorrow. I've been offered an introduction to a general who may lend me money on a bill.
That's never going to work. Trust me, you won't even get enough for the interest payments.
You're talking rubbish. There's no general at all.
It's our young people.
Mama! Here we are, dears. Oh, if only you knew how much I love you. Both.
Our permanent graduate student seems to spend all of his time studying the ladies.
Mind your own business.
Almost in his 50s, he's still in school.
Just stop the silly jokes, will you?
Oh, the scholar is losing his temper. Ooh.
Will you please just leave me alone?
Let me ask you a question. You look at me, what do you see?
When I look at you, Ermolai Alexeyevitch, what I see is a rich man, one who will soon be a millionaire. You are as necessary a part of evolution of the species as a wild animal that eats up anything in its path.
Better tell us something about the planets, Peter. You should stick to counting stars.
I want to hear more about what we were talking about last night.
What were we talking about?
Pride. Whether man should be proud.
When you say man should take pride in himself, from a spiritual point of view, you may be right. But if we take the question simply, why should man be so proud? Physiologically, he's pretty poorly put together, and with few exceptions, he's brutal, ignorant, and profoundly miserable. So why admire ourselves? The only thing to do is work.
We're all going to die anyway, to whatever we do.
Who knows? What does it mean to die? Maybe man has 100 senses. Maybe only the 5 we know die. Maybe the 95 others stay alive.
Hetya, you're so clever.
Oh, yes, very.
Humanity, as it progresses, attempts to perfect itself. What's unattainable now will one day be usual, but not without our working at it. In Russia, few do anything worthwhile. Intellectuals look for no truths, do nothing, don't know how to work, call themselves intelligentsia while treating their servants with contempt. And peasants like animals. They don't educate themselves or read serious books. They chatter about science. What do they know about art? Grim-faced, they philosophize while workers are badly nourished, sleep 30 or 40 to a room with no real beds, with bed bugs, foul odors, dampness, and moral degradation. Our fine talk serves to divert and blind us. Where are the child care centers and libraries everyone talks about? In novels, yes, but in real life, they don't exist. What does exist is dirt, vulgarity, and our medieval ways. I don't trust serious faces. They frighten me. And I don't trust serious conversations. We'd do better to keep silent.
You know, I get up at 5 and work from morning to night, and you know my business involves a lot of money, my own and other people's. So I see lots of people, see what they're like, start to work, do anything, and you'll soon realize how few decent, honest, respectable people there really are. Sometimes at night I can't sleep, and I think, dear God, you gave us this beautiful earth to live on. These great forests, these wide fields, the broad horizons. By rights, we should be giants.
What do you want giants for? The only good giants are in fairy tales, real ones which scare you to death. Here goes EPIKHODOV.
There goes EPIKHODOV.
The sun, ladies and gentlemen, has just set.
Yes.
Oh, wondrous nature, cast upon us your eternal rays, forever beautiful, forever indifferent. Mother, we call you. Life and death reside within you. You bring forth and lay.
Uncle! Please.
Uncle, you're doing it again.
We'd rather have the yellow ball in the side pocket.
Sorry, I'll keep still.
What was that?
Can't tell. It sounds like it could be an echo from a mine shaft, but it must be far away.
Or some kind of bird, like a heron?
Or an owl.
It makes me nervous.
Just like before the trouble started. They heard an owl screech, and the kettle wouldn't stop whistling.
Before what trouble?
The day we got our freedom. Before the emancipation.
My dears, it's getting dark. We should be going in. Anya, darling, what's the matter?
It's nothing. Nothing, Mama. It's all right.
Someone's coming.
Can anyone please tell me, can we get to the train station this way?
Of course you can. Just follow this road.
Oh, much obliged. Oh, Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle, can you spare some money for a hungry Russian?
Now hold on just a minute.
Here, take this. I don't seem to have any silver. Here. Take this.
Oh, much obliged. Oh, much obliged.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Mama, how could you? We can't even feed the servants, and you go and give them gold.
No, darling, I'm stupid about money. When we get home, I'll give you whatever I've got left, and you take care of it. Ermolai Alexeyevitch, can you lend me some money?
Of course.
My darlings, it really is time to go in. Varya, dear, we've just gotten you engaged. Congratulations.
Mama, that's nothing to joke about.
They asked me if my true love was true. Oh, I of course
Look how my hands
replied.
shake. I don't know if I could play billiards anymore.
Something inside cannot be
Please,
denied.
let's go. It's almost supper time.
They scared me half to death. I can feel my heart pounding.
But keep in mind, the cherry orchard is going to be sold on August 22nd. You hear what I'm saying? You've got to think about this. You've got to.
Oh, thanks to the tramp who frightened Varya, we are now alone.
Varya is afraid we might fall in love with each other and won't get away from us for days on end. Her narrow mind won't allow her to understand that we are above love. To escape all the petty and deceptive things which prevent our being happy and free, that is the aim and the meaning of our lives. Forward, we go irresistibly on to that bright star which burns there in the distance. Don't lag behind, friends.
How beautifully you talk. It's glorious here today.
Yes, the weather is wonderful.
What have you done to me, Peter? I don't love the cherry orchard as I used to. I loved it so tenderly. I thought there was no better place than the world, in the world, than our orchard.
All Russia is our orchard. The land is great and beautiful. There are many marvelous places in it. Think, Anya, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, and all your ancestors were serf owners. They owned living souls. And now, doesn't something human look at you from every cherry in the orchard, every leaf and every stalk? Don't you hear voices? Oh, it's awful. Your orchard is terrible. And when in the evening or at night when you walk through the orchard, then the bark on the trees sheds a dim light and the cherry trees seem to be dreaming of all that was 100, 200 years ago and are oppressed by their heavy visions. Still, at any rate, we've left those 200 years behind us. So far, we've gained nothing at all. We don't yet know what the past is to us. We only philosophize. We complain that we are dull, or we drink vodka. For it's so clear that in order to begin to live in the present, we must first redeem the past. And that can only be done by suffering, by strenuous, uninterrupted labor. Understand that, Anya.
The house in which we live has long ceased to be our house. I shall go away. I give you my word.
If you have the housekeeping keys, throw them down the well and go away. Be as free as the wind.
How nicely you say that.
Believe me, Anya, believe me. I'm not 30 yet. I'm young. I'm still a student, but I have undergone a great deal. I'm as hungry as the winter. I'm ill. I'm shaken. I'm as poor as a beggar. And where haven't I been? Fate has tossed me everywhere. But my soul has always been my own. Every minute of the day and night is filled with unspeakable presentiments. I know that happiness is coming, Anya. I see it already.
The moon is rising.
Anya! Where are you?
Yes, the moon is risen. There is happiness. There it comes. It comes nearer and nearer. I hear its steps already. And if we do not see it, we shall not know it. But what does it matter? Others will see it.
Anya! Where are you?
That's Varya again.
Never mind. Let's go to the river. It's nice there.
Let's go.
Anya! Anya!
Thank you for joining us for The Cherry Orchard, Episode 3. It is my pleasure to now introduce you to the cast. First, we have Anya, played by Katie. Oh, and Dunyasha, Tessie. Yes, and FIERS, Erika. And of course, our dear VARYA, Kim. Oh, and Yasha, Veronica. Oh, and who is this? Yes, our dear GAEV, played by Lili. Uh-oh, and here comes the musical EPIKHODOV, played by Annie. And of course, our graduate student, Trofimov, played by Kristen. And of course, Lopakhin and Lubov. I will take myself out because I cannot spotlight them without removing myself. Who is it? Oh yes, it's Lubov, played by Margi. And I'm going to take you away, Dunyasha, just a minute. You'll come back, you'll be little, but you're going to be big again, big in the future. We'll have, yes, Lopakhin. I bring you on the spotlight. This is Lopakhin, played by the famous Sam. Their names are in the website, and you can get contact with them in many ways, I'm sure, on the interweb. So now we will take questions or comments from the audience if you so desire. I am also going to move my pretty Anya away so you can see me and my dog. Yes. So, thank you for being here. And I know some of you have been with us before. And now I'm going to stop talking in this very fake and not very good Russian accent. Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. This has been a labor of love. My name is Rachel. These beautiful actresses have generously lent their time, and I have no idea why they love doing this, but they do. They eke out moments in their day to meet with me on Zoom and look at this play and stage it on Zoom. We've been doing this for a while now, and we will continue to complete the play. This, as I said, is episode 3, and it is the entirety of Act 2. And if you have any comments or questions, you could unmute yourself and please show us yourselves. You can turn on your video so we can see you if you so desire, and say something if you'd like. It's been a pleasure to be with you tonight. I see some familiar names in the Zoom community out there. Thank you so much, Wally, for being here. Ralph, I know you're back there somewhere. Oh, there are 2 Ralphs. There's so many Ralphs. And there's Anna Wilson, who made it too. Thank you so much. I'll depend on you to talk to me later about this. But if you have anything, hello, Martha. If you have anything to say now, please do. I just want to say again what a pleasure it's been, and to thank my dear collaborative partner, Peter Zepp, who came in on the fly and made a wonderful playlist for us and helped me stage manage something that we'd never run through before. So, thank you.
So unpin people so we can...
Unpin them?
Yeah, because then we can see everyone, whoever talks.
Oh yes, well we can go to gallery view actually.
Right.
In the upper right-hand corner of your screen, we could, thank you so much, Peter. I don't have to unspotlight because we'll all be equals if we look at each other in gallery view instead of speaker view. And Thank you, Barbara. I loved seeing you out there, Barbara, in the audience. I like to see the audience on Zoom when we're performing. So thank you for not turning off your video. It was delightful to see you reacting as we were performing. So I depend, where's Ralph? Ralph, come on, you got to start things off. I depend on you. Where are you? No. He's gone to the bar. What am I gonna do? Oh, he unmuted himself though. So yeah, what?
It sounds like he's breaking up. He's trying to say something.
Oh, is he? Well, you could say something, Peter. You've never seen it before.
No, and I just love all the little touches, the handing over of props back and forth, the real sort of engagement. It really looks like you're all looking into each other's eyes somehow, which I just love. The relationships are so clear, even though I know you're, might even be on different continents. Who knows? And it's just lovely to see the actual chemistry that's happening over miles. It makes me laugh every time.
Thank you. I agree. Amazing that they can transmit that over the Zoom. We work on that, and yeah, it's such a pleasure. Anyone can talk about that if they like. Please, and ask questions. The cast may have questions or experiences from this run through. As I say, we've never run it together. Been in the same Zoom room together actually for this. It's all been done piecemeal.
I appreciated the humor. And poignant. There was a nice mix of the two, bitter and sweet.
Thank you, Wally. That means a lot. Wally's a playwright. And yeah, I really take to heart that Chekov said this is a vaudeville. And famously, he and Stanislavski argued about this play. You may know something about this in theater history. I always picture them at a bar, drinking vodka and arguing about this play. And Stanislavski says, "You do not know what you wrote. This is a tragedy. We wept. And famously he said, the cast, the Moscow Art Theater Company, we wept like women reading your play."
Not like
We
women.
wept. Yes, but that's real crying, as we know. And and Chekov insisted. I mean, he was going to die within the year. He knew he had tuberculosis. He was a doctor. He said that theater was his mistress and doctoring, medicine, was his wife. And he knew he was going to die. This is his last play. He died soon after it was written, soon after it was first produced. And he insisted, no. It's a comedy. It's a vaudeville. So I love that. "1903, at the bar, drinking vodka." Yes, Vanessa, I love you. Wave your hand. You could Vanessa, wonderful Vanessa, who played Lopakhin last time in episode 2. Oh, I shouted you out.
I just wanted to say, like, one of the funniest lines for me was I'm gonna get this wrong, so forgive me, but was when a character says, "We prefer the yellow ball in the side pocket."
Yeah, right? That's Trofimov.
That's the comedy part. I also want to say that the cherries at the top of the show, holy moly, that was some serious hot action going on there.
Yes, thank you very much. I'll take that as a compliment. And thank you so much for doing that, y'all. It was wonderful to to work with these wonderfully talented actresses and have that be something that I thought, oh, well, that's what should be happening between those two characters. And they went out and they bought cherries and everything. From where are we? Yasha is in Mexico, right? And Dunyasha is in Brooklyn? Manhattan.
No, Manhattan. Yeah.
Manhattan. So yeah, passing the cherries to each other from Mexico to Manhattan.
I thought it was great how this episode had a lot of like long speeches in it that were pretty like kind of, you know, confessional or, you know, kind of deep inside story speeches. I thought I really enjoyed hearing a little backstory and people's kind of heart.
Yeah, there are. I mean, Trofimos has two huge ones, and Lubov has this incredible speech that Margi, wow, we didn't work on it for the last couple of days, and then she came back with it. I was like, oh wow, look at that! Thank you, Margi. Yeah, has that wonderful speech about sins. Yeah.
I think I found the mute. I'm not sure. Can you hear?
Ralph, you're
So,
here. Can you unmask yourself, or are you not decent?
You wouldn't want you wouldn't want to see the way we look. But we thought we loved it. Tina's here. But
Hi, Tina.
Hi. The eavesdropping was particularly elegant too. You know, because we're all kind of eavesdropping with the Zoom kind of format. So, but to have the corner of the frame and the alternative frames eavesdropping on the action in the middle two frames was really cool, really funny and weird. You know, excellent use of the medium. And of course, the passing props from frame to frame. I mean, you're getting that. That's great. That's it. You do that. There was cigars in the Ibsen and the cherries, and I mean, that's delightful. Always delightful puppetry thing you do. That's great.
Thank you, Ralph. Ralph, he says in the Ibsen. For those of you who don't know, even the cast members who don't know, Ralph has been with us since the beginning. I was about to say suffered through, and as we know from Trofimov, that is important to suffer through for
That's right.
happiness. He attended all of the episodes of A Dollhouse, which I did with Margi and company before this. And now, you know, we'll just do the greats. Maybe we'll do Tennessee Williams next.
Yeah. Ibsen and Chekov, I guess.
Maybe Williams is next. I don't know. We could argue about that. You'll have to commission us, Ralph.
Pirandello, I don't know.
Oh my God. Well, we're already doing that, aren't we?
It's pretty rich. Yeah. They're the best. Ollie is. It's great. Great work.
Thanks so much. Yeah, that I felt a little, some of these things happened late, like that wonderful work that Kim and Sam did with I was calling it Zoom viewpointing. And I do want to know, I will put myself on the chopping block here and say, so what did you think of the tramp? I had, no kidding, I had 6 different options for the tramp entering. I mean, I almost think next time we might want to put the script in the chat for people to follow along with, so they can follow along and see that actually, you know, I'm spinning that, right? That, you know, it's supposed to be a drunken tramp that comes upon them in the graveyard orchard. Thank you, Peter. There's an actual illustration in a sort of Japanimation style before that is the location of where they are. And he's drunk and he's asking where they are. And of course, Lubov gives him a gold coin, which, you know, and so I instead did this. Is there any comment about that? The cast included, because this is the first time they've seen it as well. Is there anything to say about that? I was like not wanting to open that up, but if you guys have anything to say about that, please do.
We had heard that Bibi was up for that role, but I guess it didn't work out. Although she was pretty
The
good.
Lady and the Tramp. That's
She was in,
exactly right.
Yeah.
She even had a line in there, I think.
She's actually behind me. And Bibi was very noisy. Ralph knows this, but one of the reasons why I cast myself as Charlotta is because she has a dog, which only appears in Act 1.
Right, right.
But we gave her a moment.
Yeah,
I have to say- I have to say, I did not know it was a tramp, but I appreciated the family atmosphere of the dolls, you know? I love that. And I wanted to say too, I really appreciate how each character has attired themselves, the clothing they chose to express a little bit more of who they are.
Thank you. I was saying to lovely Tessie, who is Dunyasha, one 9 a.m. rehearsal that we squeezed in to our schedules, that I was just loving the fact that she went and she took pictures of herself in various costumes to show me. And of course, it comes from conversations, but that's one of my favorite things to do too. We bought these and we're gonna return them to Amazon. And this I'm gonna return, right? But you know, we're costuming ourselves for this event because it feels so fun, Wally, because I feel like the Zoom squares are canvases, right?
Yes.
So that we can be pictures on a wall on this mosaic. So everybody just stepped up so beautifully.
Worked really well.
I'm glad you noticed that. We did all kinds of things. Peter designed virtual backgrounds, but we realized we couldn't use them because our hands would disappear, you know?
Oh, right.
And
Yes.
the props would disappear. We tried blurring, we couldn't do that. And really the best thing is to have, like, you know, my favorite thing is, Margi will remember this, and Ralph remembers this. I don't think this company does this, but it's differently written, right? I mean, when you do Ibsen, they're huge speeches, just like Vanessa was saying, huge speeches. So I had one actress who was playing various roles in a dollhouse who outside this Zoom square had like cheat sheets pasted everywhere, right? And like a messy house except for this square.
Yeah. And just a note that
oh, Ralph is here actually in the flesh or on the screen.
No, oh God,
he's
no.
in the dark.
Just the dogs in Chekov are usually Pomeranians, and so it was very courageous to cast a Chihuahua in that role, we thought.
Well, we have quite a representation from Mexico.
Well,
we have Tessie's from Mexico City. From there, Yasha, Veronica's zooming in there so I felt like we needed a magic three. We had to have her there. Chihuahua representing.
Fine work.
Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Not wolfhounds.
Oh, I don't know. And the lady with the toy dog is a Pomeranian, you know.
Yes. The lady, the lap dog, right?
Yeah. Yolta.
Well.
All right. Well, okay.
I don't know. I'm sighing because I'm like thinking I want to hold people here. I could hang out. Of course, we can't go to the bar and talk because we're all in different cities. We have Sam calling in from California between shows. We have 3 actresses who are actually rehearsing and performing this weekend between shows. So I'm so lucky to have this company and to be doing this work. And I did say to them, I said, you know, it would be fine even if we didn't have the performance, because the joy of working on the material with each other is so nourishing, right? Like just like it's medicine, it's food, and I'm just so happy to have my daily dose of Chekov, like, for a half an hour, an hour, or 2 hours if I get lucky with these ladies. So I hope that we can continue doing this, and your presence here is everything, because we do need a performance. We do need to give it away. So thank you. And if you enjoyed it, tell your friends. It's on YouTube, but this sort of influenced by Polish television, which was somebody's comment, like, it reminds me of early Polish television. I was like, I'm going to write that on the website.
Nothing finer.
Right. The Everyman Zoom performance, even though we're not in the pandemic, is very important to me.
You are an ensemble. You're great. All is great. Virtual.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, aloha. Until we meet again in Chekov land.
Oh, like that.
A bientôt.
Joan Jubet is here. Oh, thank you, Peter.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. So I didn't realize that the music didn't come on. I was really enjoying that music for the last cue. Sorry, Lopakhin and VARYA. But I thought it was very touching to just see you. It was. Did it work without the music? Because I didn't realize the music wasn't on until later.
It was actually lovely. Just the silence of it was very beautiful, actually.
Thank you, Erika, for being the witness. Because I was like, oh, shoot, I was the only one who got the show. Because I'm the one listening to it. I was like, oh, I forgot to unmute myself.
It was so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And see everything like all together.
That was so great to see. I hadn't seen any of the work in the beginning, and oh my God, EPIKHODOV, DUNYASHA, ANYA, CHARLOTTA, like it was so amazing. Your music, all of that, all I'd heard was your ukulele and the part that I got to, go to the rehearsal with you, Onni. But oh my God, the piano and your singing and the like moving back and forth, like the whole thing.
That's so great.
Do I have to give it back?
No. I mean, I know where you live. When I'm ready to play ukulele, I come knock on the door. And boy, all of these wonderful things that happened late in the game, like the sound was great, you guys. Really great. And your reaction to it was beautiful. Oh my God. Oh, all this talking. Sorry. Let's stop.